What's up, everybody? In this episode, I'm going to take you on my biggest pinball journey yet. Now, Stern, the world's largest pinball manufacturer, flew me out to Chicago to play their newest game, John Wick. Now, I know you're probably wondering, Erica, how did you get invited to the Stern factory? Well, picture this.
I'm at home, minding my own business, when I hear the doorbell ring. And I receive a mysterious package. No return address, just a simple box with my name on it. Intrigued, I open it up to find a shiny golden token inside. The token had a cryptic engraving on it, and I knew that this was something special. So naturally, I did what any curious person would do. I followed the clues. I ended up finding the kind of place that doesn't even need a sign because everyone who's anyone knows where it is. I walked up to an imposing man guarding the entrance, handed him my golden token, and waited. He inspected me.
No, actually, this story begins with me getting an email from Stern.
Hey.
Now, I have never been in contact with their team before, so this was an incredibly exciting opportunity. To this day, I'm still like, what? This story kind of takes place in a few different parts. The first part is going to be about the tour. The next part is a little bit about licensing. And the third part, I'm kind of just jumbling a bunch of things together, but I'm just going to call it like the party because it felt like it went on all night long and that was pretty awesome. I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the tour. Let's go. You could imagine my excitement when the company that makes games like Deadpool, Mandalorian, the games behind me, Godzilla, and their newest game, John Wick, one of my absolute favorite movie series. I wasn't quite sure what I was going to expect. They're like, we're gonna do a tour, you're gonna meet the people. And I'm like, okay, cool. There was no like schedule or anything that was sent to us. We're just like, 1 o'clock, show up. And so I did that. And I think I did that very well. Showed up on time. When I arrived in Chicago and went to the Stern factory, myself and several other pinball content creators were greeted by Stern's team, and we were introduced to Dwight Sullivan, a coder and programmer that works at Stern. He showed us the process on how they build their pinball machines. If you want to learn more about Dwight Sullivan, you can check him out on Kinetis' website. So as we started this tour, we were handed a pair of handy dandy safety glasses because we're going into a factory, people. There are things moving, parts are flying, it's happening. All right, but yeah, first thing we went in, we saw wires. And do I have B-roll of that? No. Why do I not have B-roll of that? Because we were not allowed to record there. But that's okay, because I actually have wires I can show you with my machine. Wiring is incredibly important to a pinball machine. It's basically like the nervous system. So without this, the machine will not work. So Stern's team tests these pieces left and right to make sure that they're ready for their next step. So after we were done with wiring, they took us to the cabinets where they showed us where they decaled the new John Wick game. Now I have some never before seen footage of the wonderful Dwight Sullivan talking about these cabinets. I'm gonna run the clip.
It's right here, and this is also part of, like, so 100 years ago when I started making pinball machines, they used to all go in bowling alleys and taverns and whatnot, and they were 4-color process, they weren't decals, but along the way, games started moving into basements, and we started making furniture and pieces of artwork, and we started doing things that I will tell you about today, one of which is right here, that we have to do to make quality product that people are going to put in their basements.
Fun fact, all the cabinets are the same size. This is to keep production smooth and easy.
Here they were putting on the design for the premium, which looks super cool. I actually really love this design, along with the limited edition, which if I could afford it, I would buy it because holy moly, guys, this looks beautiful. The artist, Randy Martinez, who I have here behind me, bing, bing, he did an amazing job. Congratulations, Randy. I love all the packages you've made. Up next was the press machine. Now there's this thing, I think it's called like Hannifin. I'm sorry, I didn't pay attention to how they pronounce it.
Yo, small edit, I got it right. Continue.
But Dwight Sullivan walked us through this, and I have a special little clip where he's gonna talk to you guys about it too.
It's a press, right? It has a bed of nails on the bottom, and there's a bed of nails on the top, and this rubber here is sort of protect my hand from getting smashed. But what happens is, so, machine does, it makes dimples on both sides. Easier to see on the back. See how these look like that? So that's what this machine does. Every single playfield ever made is going to know what this machine is.
After the press, the playfields get taken to another section where someone drills even smaller holes by hand. Once that's done, the playfield goes down the assembly line where it gets all the bits and bobs and nuts and bolts and all the fancy things that make it a pinball machine. Once all the pieces are put onto the playfield, it gets married to a wiring harness. After that, the machine is ready for testing. And for this next part, I'm gonna go ahead and let Dwight explain it.
Past playfield tests, they come and get married to a cabinet for the first time, and then everything is retested again. Because you never know, well, because one, the cabinet's getting tested for the first time, and then the marriage might have, who knows what happened, a ground strap might have broke or something. You gotta test everything again before it goes in the box.
After these tests, the game is ready to be shipped. And let me tell you, watching this process was awesome. The limited editions of John Wick look absolutely gorgeous, and I could not get enough of them. Then showed us the foam molds that they use in their packaging. They make this in-house. Can you believe that? He then led us to the shipping dock where they showed us where they ship all their games to like 44 countries. Freaking wild. So I'm hoping that these new games go to some nice pinballer homes and get played because frickin' John Wick, am I right? And there were a few other places I wasn't allowed to film, but that's okay because I can describe them to you in full detail. No, actually, not really. One of the rooms was like some metal stuff and they like build parts in there. I guess Jack Danger likes it a lot. And then there's this room called Pam. It's not really a room, it's like a big, tall section. And Pam is like parts, accessories, merchandise, I think. And yeah, that was about it. You yourself can actually take this tour because they offer it at Pinball Expo, which happens in Chicago in October. I really think this experience is worth it in person, and if you can make it to Pinball Expo and do the Stern tour, I would highly recommend it. It really helps put the appreciation on how much work goes into making these games. These are handmade. It takes so much time and effort, and it's a huge team of people that make it happen, and I feel super lucky that we have a company like Stern doing this for us. Basically, this machine is like probably older than my dad, and they've had it for a long time, punching holes into thousands of pinball machines for years. So I was handed a pair of handy dandy safety glasses to protect my eyeballs, and I'm gonna just do a dolphin noise. Okay. I absolutely love this. If you're still here watching the bloopers, go ahead and hashtag Pinball Journey in the comments below. The first person to do so, I will gift you free swag. If you want it, I guess. You don't have to be. If you saw it first, but you didn't want to let people know, then I get it.